Whether you keep them in your home or love to see them in theirs, these are the creatures that bring us all together.
Reptiles. We're going to be delving into the experiences of reptile lovers from around the block and around the world. This is the Reptile Talk Podcast. What's up, everybody? This is Jeremy Turgeon from Brassman Reptiles.
And I'm Rob, and I'm keeping it real.
This is the third take to try to get this shit right.
We're doing it. It's okay now.
It's happening now.
It's better now.
What the hell episode number is this? I'm all messed up.
9. I think it's episode 9.
Damn.
Right around there.
All right. So we're something like
there.
that. Some number. No, it's 8.
Okay.
It's 8.
Okay. So wait. Today we've got a very special guest on. And it's someone who we just got to visit recently and then came up and visited us. And I'm really excited to have him on today.
Yeah. Can anybody guess who it is? Can we get a drum roll? It's Bill Face, motherfucker!
It's Will Nace! What's up, man? How's it going?
What is going on, guys?
We are pumped to have you on.
Hell yeah, dude.
How are you doing today?
Well...
Be honest.
You want the whole day? You want the whole day?
Yeah.
Or do you want, like, the past 10 minutes?
The whole day.
The whole day, because the past 10 minutes is us being stupid.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Let me see if I can slam this in like 2 sentences. My berm tried to escape. He figured out he could push the glass out, and I had to refix the vision cage. I had to build tubs for crocodilians and spent time with the little one in training. So
yes.
That's how my day's been.
That's awesome.
So you had a pretty typical
Florida day?
Florida day, yeah.
Yeah. My Burmese python realized that he can push the track of the glass.
Oh,
the
yes.
cage if he pushes hard enough.
Yes.
Yeah. Once they learn that shit, it's all over.
It is. It's time to get swinging doors.
Yep.
Well, you see, I have this mechanically inclined mind, and I love to fix things. So I already made it so he can't do that anymore. So I'm good on that.
Are you sure he can't by human standard and not by snake standard?
Put it this way, there is a 3-inch bolt going through the track now. So if he is strong enough to break a 3-inch bolt, he deserves to be out.
That's fair enough.
All right, man. So getting right into it, where was your start with, like, quote unquote exotic animals? Were you always like, were you into everything as a kid, and you're just like a wild child, or were you definitely drawn more to reptiles in particular?
I mean, honestly, it was when I was a kid, it was kind of all over the place. My mom was huge into exotic birds. At one point, I want to say I was 12 or 13. She had well over 400 different birds at her house. Yeah. My dad was into like exotic hoofstock. And my sister is the one that was into reptiles because she worked for underground reptiles down here in South Florida. She worked there for a couple of years, got her venomous permit, and then started bringing home, venomous snakes. And it was pretty much a turning point for me. I fell in love with them. And then, even as a kid, though, like I used to go out because, as you guys both know, Florida is like the capital of the world for invasive species. So,
Yep.
As kids down here, you go outside and you catch animals, lizards, snakes, all types of stuff. So we used to do that as a kid, but and then I kind of got out of animals for quite some time until probably from about 15 until my parents died when I was 19. Then kind of hit a dark point in my life, and then turned it back around by getting back into animals when I was 20, about 20, 21. Then I found alligator wrestling, and the rest is history.
Boom.
That's like
Boom.
Nobody's ever gonna have that story.
No.
And then I found alligator wrestling,
and it changed my life.
Pretty much.
That's awesome, though. So your alligator wrestling context now is slightly different because you work on a reservation, so you have some different legalities that you're able to work around.
Yeah, it's alligator wrestling it's frowned upon for so many reasons that a lot of people think it's animal abuse and yada yada yada. But realistically, it's one of Florida's biggest part of our history down here because of the Native Americans that were kind of forced down here.
Mm-hmm.
So where I do it, no animal activist, PETA, or anything like that can actually come and say anything because yeah, I'm doing it on a reservation that is owned by, I the Miccosukee tribe is the ones I work for.
Mm-hmm.
We also have the Seminole tribe who I learned from originally. Um, but yeah, the laws and everything like that are different on tribal land. Now, I've just recently heard that other facilities that aren't on the reservation, they might be putting a stop to alligator wrestling altogether.
Mm.
So that's a big step, and unfortunately, it's going to hurt a lot of people because there are a couple places down here that thrive because they have alligator wrestling still.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. That's interesting. Did they like allude to what the thought process was? Is it just like going on this wave of it's animal cruelty and just trying to shut it all down?
Pretty much. I mean, and there is ways to do shows that you. I mean, I've been doing this for God about 10 years now.
Mm-hmm.
There's facilities that have been doing it long before that. There's ways to do shows to make it look like you're one, either not hurting the animal, or two, you don't even need to be on the animal. Now, it's
Mm-hmm.
not really alligator wrestling anymore, but you can still do a show without actually having to make it look like you're hurting the animal or getting on the animal or anything like that. So they're going to have to figure a way around that, or to do that, I should say, because of all these so-called issues that are now coming up. But as for the if it is really animal activists or harming the animals or whatever the concern may be, I don't really know because I don't work for those facilities anymore. So I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't
Right.
really tell you the juicy details that they would know.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking to Ryan over at Zoo Miami, and he was saying that he's been watching some of the other people that are doing, alligator wrestling and those sort of programs. And there's been sort of a shift over the last couple of years to kind of make them more, not like informational, but like try and demonstrate how smart the alligators are and trying to show that they can learn different habits, their name, and all that sort of stuff. And there's this big draw for those sort of things. And people are like, you know, moving away from the like brute strength aspect of alligator wrestling and moving more towards the like not I don't know training aspects of
Training,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's very true. That's actually something me and Ryan used to do a very long time ago at the place I learned how to wrestle, and he did too when he used to do it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we used to try and work and train the alligators there, but we were very limited on what we could do at that facility, unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
because that's a whole other story. But we were limited on what we could do, unfortunately, so we weren't able to continue to experiment with things. And like I said, this was like 10 years ago. We were both still kind of young at that point.
Yeah.
There's so much we could have probably passed by now if we would have continued it, but we haven't had the chance to. Now, every time I go to a new facility, because I have a problem where I like to go to facilities, learn what I can from that facility, and then move on to the next facility. I don't like to stay at a place for too long because I want to continue to learn as I grow. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever really stay at a place long enough to work with animals for an extended period of time in order to do those training shows and stuff like that. But other places that I know that have friends that they run, they do that stuff phenomenally, and I can't complain about it because it's really cool. It's really interesting, and it does change the way people think about alligators because it's like, hey, these alligators are actually smart. They're not just, wanting to kill and eat people, which is not true at all, but it shows them a whole other side of them that they don't even know exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things we were talking about with Ryan is like you start to flip the switch of it's just a big man-eating monster,
Yeah.
that's almost sole purpose in life is to just kill.
Kill.
Yeah.
And then get them to be like, oh, you can train them to do things. Like we were saying, like when we had gone to Gatorland, and like Savannah like called out to a gator that was like in the middle of this massive pond, and specifically that gator came to her. None of the other gators moved. We were both like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, you can get them to do that? That's amazing.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like the stuff that you're doing with Chomper. And how's the training going with him?
Training's going good with him. He's unfortunately, I just moved him back into the 55-gallon tank because I'm having some issues outside. I'm building new crocodile enclosures, like I said earlier. And,
Yeah.
because I might be actually getting in here shortly a baby pair of spectacle caimans.
Ooh.
So I'm trying to build new enclosures, move some stuff around. I just actually put Carnage, the crocodile, with Charmander, the American alligator. I put them together. I built a lid over that enclosure so Carnage can't jump out because he, or she, I should say, likes to jump. But Chomper's doing pretty good. Summer's also starting to train with him a little bit. We just fed them frog.
Cool.
We had some prime frog legs for dinner.
Hey.
I've had frog's legs before, and it was delicious.
I've actually never had them.
Really?
Yeah.
I went to a Brazilian restaurant, and they had it on the menu, and I was like, I can't not try it because I feel like people feel some sort of way about it. I'm like, it's food. I mean, as long as it was killed
food,
humanely, I mean, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's food.
But you don't know that.
Yeah, it's true.
You don't know that.
So, growing up, you said your sister had venomous snakes, and you kind of got to see that sort of stuff firsthand. Was there any species that she kept where it was just like, man, those things are really just captivated your attention? Was it like rattlesnakes for you right off the bat, or was it like cobras or?
Well, honestly, the two. So from when I want to say maybe somewhere between 7 and 9 is when she got her venomous permit.
Mm-hmm.
I was 7 to 9. The 3 snakes I remember that she had, which I know she had more than this, but the only 3 I can remember now, I should say, was a gaboon viper, 2 baby western diamondback rattlesnakes,
Mm-hmm.
and a Theris hispida, the hairy bush vipers.
Mm.
Yes. So it's kind of funny, but so the rattlesnakes intrigued me because they were the most annoying thing, first off.
Yes. Yep.
Because anytime anybody walked anywhere in that house, all you heard was those little tiny buzzers going crazy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely, they pulled my attention for that aspect when I was younger. The gaboon viper totally tripped me out when I was a little kid because I'd never seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
And then watching her feed these things too was like dumbfounding, even though my mom found out I was watching and I was never allowed in that room again when she was feeding. But I would say the rattlesnakes definitely pulled my attention, just because I was so fascinated by what they were doing with their tail when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got back into animals, rattlesnakes, because we have them down here in Florida and everything, is the first thing I started working with again. So it kind of, again, pulled my attention to them particularly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I can totally understand why your mom might freak out a little bit. The first time I saw a gaboon viper eat in person and how fast they strike, I was like, people have if you haven't experienced it in person, it's hard to describe how fast they move.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Because people are like, oh, it's just a slug. They're just like this big, fat, lazy viper. And I'm like, yeah, but when they need to move, they freaking
They
move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, any of those bad boys in the Bittis family, they always, like, even you could feed them 3,000 times, but every time they strike at that food, you will jump. Guaranteed.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Guaranteed. Because they're so fast, and you never know when they're going to do it. You can't tell. Never. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some say you can see them like winding up for it, getting all ready. It's like, no, gaboon viper's just sitting there, and then boom, it's on the food.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I'll pass.
I think it's funny because a lot of people who get into venomous snakes. Like gaboons are like their dream species. And if you get a baby gaboon viper, it's easy to manage if you're using the proper tools. When they get to full size, when they get to adult size, they're a big viper, like a really big viper. Every bit as big as a good sized blood python. And if you're thinking about, a 15 or 20 pound snake on a pair of hooks, it's not super easy.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
I think that's something that people just need to take into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
That's something too, though. I mean, so my gaboon viper. So the other day I found my very first, because down here in Florida we have permits for everything. So I found my very first venomous permit because I guess I had saved it and I didn't remember I saved it, and I found it buried in a binder somewhere the other day.
That's cool.
That's
so
awesome.
I've had my venomous permit now for 7 years here in Florida. Okay,
That's
so
awesome.
I've kept
Cool.
venomous snakes legally for 7 years. Now, I bought my gaboon viper. Literally, I want to say she was the second batch of snakes I bought only less than a month after I got my permit. So I've had her for almost 7 years now, and she's still not full grown.
Yeah.
And I feed her almost every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
If not every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, which is still a lot for a gaboon viper because they usually only eat about maybe once a month in the wild.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, so she's not even full grown. So it does take time for them to get from those tiny little death worms up to
Something significant. Yeah.
Yeah, up to something big. So you're gonna have that time to learn with that snake, understand that snake, either realize that you are a good handler or a bad handler because of the temperament of the snake as well. So there's a lot of factors that will come in with that over time on top of that.
100%. When we went to the Hamburg, Pennsylvania reptile show the last time I went, there was a guy who had a bit, like probably a 5.5 foot gaboon, like a giant gaboon on his table for $500. And on the top, he had just written, "Will only eat live." And I was like, ugh, that sounds like something I would never, ever want.
Yeah.
No.
Ugh.
Which is weird because they're some of the easiest snakes to get to frozen thawed too. So
Yeah. I'm willing to bet he just never tried, or he just liked watching it, grab it.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably. Sick bastards.
It is what it is, man. I took a picture. Emily put her hand on the top of the tub to take a picture just of how big its head was, because its head was easily bigger than her hand. And I'm just thinking, like, if someone saw that for $500, they're like, $500 isn't that much, and then they buy it. Like, if they didn't have the opportunity to raise that thing, that's a significant size viper.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, that's the kind that if they bite your hand, their fangs will actually go
right out the other side
through your hand. Yeah.
Ugh.
Hell, you don't have to really worry about envenomation at that point if it's going straight through.
Oh, that just made me pucker just a little. Just a little.
Oh man.
My gosh. So
come on, Rob, you got your face all pierced up. What's not something else,
Yeah, but right through the hand,
right
though,
through the
there's some
hand.
bones. There's some bones in the way. Oh,
terrible.
That's rough. All right, so I want to know how are the Kings doing?
Ooh.
The Kings, the little baby male is actually staring at me right now. He's on my desk, along with my blue and Solaris and my my new mangrove pit viper. And then the big king is behind me in a very big vision cage.
All right, we're good.
All
right. Yeah, so you got that big king in a big ass vision cage.
Yeah. I got him to eat. So far, he's eaten 2 red-tailed green rat snakes for me.
Not the Gonyosoma. No.
One was a silver phase. It was kind of pretty.
Oh.
It was a big male, but I need him to eat. So unfortunately, he had to get fed. I do have one more left. I bought 3 of them, but I'm trying to get him to eat a ball python, and he will not eat a ball python.
That's right. That's right.
I know.
It
but
knows.
I have to get him off of.
He's got good taste.
He does. He actually, okay, so, and I hope you guys don't get offended by this. I'm just trying to get him off of something native and something that I can feed him more often easily. But so yeah, so this ball python is given to me with a spider ball python.
Oh, oh, offended. Oh,
So
It wobbles the whole way down.
oh, it's like twisty spaghetti.
Yeah.
It's
he's actually, the wobble on him is not bad at all.
oh.
I know.
God,
But
you
anyway,
should have
but
just
listen.
played into it. Damn.
So I put this ball python in a pillowcase with a red tail green rat for about an hour and a half.
Yep.
Tied them up nice and tight, so they had to crawl all over each other and
You
this
get
and
the
that.
smells, yeah.
Yeah. So then I took the ball python, put him in the cage. Cage shut out of his hide, bit the ball python, but then let go. Which is weird. They normally don't do that.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
usually. Yeah.
Usually they bite and hang on until that animal or snake dies.
Mm-hmm.
So he bit the ball python, then he kept looking at it, like he wanted to go after it, but then never did. He'd get really close, he'd smell him, back up again, go back in his hide, come back out like he was going to eat it again. Okay, so long story short, this is 3 days ago. This ball python is still alive.
Wow.
Sheesh.
I wonder if it was just a dry bite. If he just like bit it and he was like, "Whoa, this doesn't taste good."
Well, I'll send you guys a picture of what this bite looked like. It was not a dry bite.
Oh man.
Oh.
It was not a dry bite at all. This ball python had a welt on him the size of, if you took a ping pong ball, cut it in half, and put it on the side of a ball python.
Wow.
That's what it would look like.
That's crazy.
All right, Jeremy, I just sent you that picture on your phone.
All
Hopefully you can look at it right now.
Let's see. Let's see.
Bum bum bum.
It hasn't come in yet, but
That's okay.
we'll give it a sec.
Okay.
So.
But yeah, so he
there it
lived
is. There it
3
is.
days
It just
later.
showed up.
Whew.
Damn.
Ouch.
Oh. Holy crap.
That's beefy.
Yeah, and it's down now. You can still see a little inflammation there on the side of him, but he's still alive. He's back in the cage with the red-tailed green rat.
Damn.
Wow.
You know what that means? Now you're stuck with a ball python.
Now he's immune.
Yeah. And now I have to keep him. And he eats great for me. Eats frozen thawed. So
That's right. That's a plug for the spider ball people. Get fucked.
They're they're king cobra proof. What now?
Yeah, that's it. The spider balls are king cobra proof. Fact. Will Nace has proven it. Little did he know this was an experiment for Nerd to go to the validity of the morph.
right. Oh man! But as for the baby king's doing great too. I had him out yesterday. I was kind of interacting with him a little bit to get him used to me. Got him eating frozen thawed browner knolls now. And then the third one went to my sister's. My sister's gonna raise up that king for me.
That's cool.
Mostly because she really wanted to raise a king up. She's never done it. And secondly, because it's one less thing I have to worry about here.
For real.
That's awesome, though. I'm sure she was excited about that.
Yeah, she's really happy about it. I gave her the bigger of the two babies, so.
Cool.
Man. So frozen thawed brown and knolls. I mean, that's certainly a not typical food item for a king cobra.
No, it's not. But so when they're babies, they will eat geckos and stuff like that out in the wild. So that's the best thing to try and get them started on. Now these two babies were captive born. They were not wild caught snakes. So they were given to a very good friend of mine that lives up in Tallahassee. And I just gave him a baby alligator not too long before that. And he pretty much called me. He's like, "Hey, dude," he's like, "I got these 3 baby kings for free." Long story short, I thought he was just going to give me one, but he ended up one of them died, but he ended up giving me the other 2. He's like, "I don't want them." He's like, "They're for you." So he raised them up for me. He got them both eating comfortably, eating regular house geckos. So then I had to do a transport job transporting a bunch of alligators out of the state of Florida. And I stopped by his place and picked these 2 babies up on the way back. He gave me a 10-gallon tank full of, house geckos with
Mhm.
him. Got them home. Fed them both a live house gecko, and then a couple days later, I'm like, you know what? Let me throw two of these bad boys in the freezer. Let me see if they'll eat them frozen thawed. Sure enough, stuck them in there. They bit them. I set them down. Came back 10 minutes later. They were both gone. So I was like,
Yeah,
sweet.
that's a nice and
So
easy
they're eating
transition.
frozen thawed now. Yeah. So then I was like, you know what? Let me go out and catch some anoles, and let me see if they'll eat some anoles. So I did that the next time. Threw them in the freezer, defrosted them, put them in there, gone. I was like, yes, thank God. So, because I have anoles by the thousands all down here.
That's true.
The house geckos are a little harder to find. But yeah, so, and then now I'm transitioning, trying to get the smell of rats on the anoles and in the mouth and all that other fun stuff so they can get used to the rat smell.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
quite the process, for sure.
I
But
mean, hey, you saw it
that's
firsthand.
true. It's true. Yeah. When do you try the rat burritos? When does that happen?
Not gonna lie, I tried it already.
Ah.
Just
And it did no success.
no success. I took okay, so red tail green rat snakes are like candy to king cobras in the
Mhm.
wild. They absolutely love them. They will choose that over any other
Mhm.
snake. Um, so I took some shed off of one that I just fed off, wrapped it up in a little pinky, and put it in there. Both the little baby kings showed absolutely no interest in it
Damn.
at all. They were just like, okay, when's my next lizard?
Oof. That's rough.
Yeah, yeah,
That's rough.
yeah. So it was a no go on that. I mean, I might try it again later on in the future, but for
If it ain't broke, don't
right
fix
now
it.
they're gonna stick to some lizards. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, can't bitch about that.
Yeah.
So, when you were younger, did you do a lot of field herping for native venomous snakes, or did you just like doing alligators, or?
So where I lived growing up, I lived around a lot of like trout pastures and
Mhm.
stuff. Shocking, South Florida. But there, I didn't really need to go anywhere because there were so many snakes and stuff like that around my
Yeah.
house. We could literally just go down the street or go to one of the many cow pastures around my house, and we could literally just hunt for whatever we wanted. Now, mostly we were looking for fishing spots, but when I was like a little kid, I mean, we used to catch. I didn't know the difference between water moccasins and water snakes when I was a little kid, but I knew that black racers were really fun to catch and chase and all that other stuff. So we used to always chase them and try and catch black racers and get bit all the time.
Mhm.
I got bit. One time I got bit in the webbing of my hand,
Oof.
and for the next 3 to 4 years, I did not want to touch a black racer. My best friend growing up, he used to always catch them after that. So I was like terrified. I was like, I don't want to get bit there again. I mean, I knew the chances were very slim,
Yeah.
but
Hey, one
yeah, it
one
was.
good bite can sometimes set you back for a little while if you're not ready for it.
Very true, very true.
I literally had one of my Woma
But,
pythons bite me right between my pointer finger and my middle finger. I was holding it, and the thing just like looked down. I was like, "Oh, this smells good!" Boom, and bit me right in the web of my finger. And I was like, "Oh, that's so unpleasant. Why would you do that?"
Yep.
Oh, I don't think I've
terrible.
had any bites to the webbing of my finger. Thank God. I'll claim that trophy.
Oh, it hurts.
Well,
Even okay, so I'm sure you've had one or two to the inside of your fingers,
Yes.
though, right? Okay, so it's just like that, but 10
yeah,
times
more
worse.
tender. There's no,
Yeah.
there's no like padding to protect you in there, so it's just like straight to
No.
your.
Ugh.
It's bad.
Yeah. No, I'll keep my
Straight to the webbing.
finger webbing snake bite free for as long as possible. Thanks.
Well, now that it's been put into the universe, this week it's gonna happen.
It's going to
Ah.
happen.
Hey, you know what? As long as it's
Either
not by
that-
like
either that or a monitor
Ugh.
clock.
Dude, I've
Those are
had
bad.
no. I've had scratches like go in between my fingers before, and like that's definitely sucked.
Yeah.
But the bite thing, look, I'm okay if I get nailed in between the fingers as long as it's not from a blood python or an Amazon tree boa or anything
Or a
like
croc
that,
monitor.
or a croc monitor. Yeah, no, pass. Yeah, I feel like a croc monitor bite to the webbing is just gonna like take it off.
Right off. Right off.
Yeah.
It's like, why is his hand always stuck like that? Croc monitors.
You know, I was asked that question the other day. It was kind of funny.
Ask what question?
What?
Why my hand doesn't open up all the way?
Yeah, no good.
Yeah. I said, yeah, when I was a little kid, I got bit by this black racer in the webbing, and now my hand.
And they're like, what?
Yeah, that was before they saw the scar on my arm.
Yep. He's like, that's why I wear long sleeves, so I can fuck with people.
Oh, yeah. All day long.
Oh, my gosh. That's amazing.
No, my favorite is the ex-wife did it.
Oof. Oof.
I mean, that is believable.
What happened to you? Alligator bite? Nope.
Yeah.
Damn.
Way more dangerous than the alligators.
That's true.
Her name was Carol.
Damn, that bitch Carol
bitch
Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
At least you lived to see another day.
Jesus. So you've seen Tiger King.
Oh, God. So, are we really going to talk about
We don't have to.
No, we definitely don't have to.
No,
I think we've talked about it with almost everybody, though, so far.
Yeah, but, okay, so who's almost everybody? Throw names at me here.
Well, let's see.
Scott Borden.
We had no choice but to talk about it with Scott Borden because he started his interview by saying, "Hey, all you cool cats and kittens," and we were not prepared for that at all. We didn't talk about it with Steve.
We didn't. No,
We
I don't
did
think
not.
Steve's seen it.
Probably not. He's too busy being stuck in a lab.
Yeah. Science.
Science. Yeah.
Science.
Yeah,
is fun.
science is fun until you don't watch Tiger King, and then science isn't fun anymore. Who else did we talk about it with?
Talk about it with Ryan?
We did talk about it with Ryan, I think, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys both know that I work with big
Yes.
cats.
Mhm.
So
Secretly, Joe Exotic
Alright,
was
so-
your idol. We get it. It's okay.
actually, no. I talked to Joe Exotic a lot.
Wait, what?
Back in the day. I haven't talked to him recently, but like I was full blown. I used to talk to him quite often, usually through Facebook.
So what you're saying is that he tried to make you the fifth husband.
No, no. This is one like when Travis, killed himself. I sent him my condolences and stuff like that. And like me and Summer didn't even finish the show yet. We only got, I think, about halfway through episode 4 or whatever.
My goodness.
Because like I don't even want to watch it anymore. Yeah, I know. But that's the thing. It's like, so I know. I mean, you guys know I know Mario.
Yeah.
He's Coral's godfather. Shit, my car, when he pulls in the Bentley in episode 2, the blue car that's behind him is my old car because that was filmed when I worked.
Damn.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's my old Toyota Corolla.
Damn.
So I know Mario. Doc, I don't know Doc as well. I've talked to him here and there on social media, but don't actually know him. I've known Carol Baskin's a bitch from day one. But and then Joe I've talked to quite often in the past. Oh God, my daughter's crying.
Oh no.
So I don't know. The whole story started because they wanted to show how bad everything was in the cat industry, but like they didn't even technically scratch the surface. They talked about 2 main people out of hundreds of thousands of people that we have here in the U.S. that keep big cats. I mean. And unfortunately, it kills me to say this because I try to make it not so, but what's the best way I can word this without sounding like an asshole? Any group of people in any animal industry are the same exact fucking way.
Yeah, there's a meme going around that's like, oh, when people are talking about how crazy the people are in the big cat community, and then it's like, but then when you're looking at the reptile community and it's just someone like shifting their eyes back and forth,
Yeah.
like, this is not all that different.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's like people will, and the venomous community is even worse. It's like the reptile community is like level 1, and then you're going to fucking venomous. It's like level 10. It's like, you think the people that talk shit about you in the regular reptile industry are bad? Wait until you put your foot in the door of the venomous community, because oh my God.
Pass.
Are you
Yeah,
saying that there's egos?
Like, oh yeah, and that's what drives me absolutely fucking
Yeah.
nuts. Can I curse?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Is this-
dude, have you
Absolutely.
not
Fucking
fucking
will.
heard me? Jesus.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you bleeped that.
Okay, wait. So now I gotta know. Do you think Carol killed her husband?
Oh, for sure. I thought that from the whole
100%.
that shit
Bitch, Carol
fucking
Baskins.
made the news.
Yeah, and you're like, she did it.
She did it.
She did it.
100%.
Bro, I guarantee if you go back on my Facebook, however many years ago that
Mhm.
was, I know I shared his kitty video
Yes.
on my fucking
Oh.
Facebook when it happened.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's just like it's so weird to me that this has like blown up and become like a national thing, like a full blown national thing. Like people who have
Did you hear about Trump?
I did
yesterday?
hear about that and I watched it and I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't know where this is gonna go.
Yeah.
Well, I saw something today. I don't remember what platform it was on, but I saw something today that Trump's like actually. Oh yeah. Okay, so I started my Twitter back up, and Trump. I followed Trump on Twitter for shits and giggles. He posts like every 5 minutes, and he had posted something about Joe Exotic and how he was thinking about getting him
A pardon?
pardoned.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I was like, what?
The world
Yeah.
is not the world that it's just like a reality show. Like there's no way. If you had told me 10 years ago that a reality TV star is going to be our president and he's going to be pardoning people based off of a Netflix documentary, I'd be like, what are you talking about right now?
Yeah. It is pretty freaking insane.
Yeah.
My goodness.
That is very true.
I don't know. Yeah. If it happens though, damn.
If he runs for president, I'm voting for him.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Who?
Yes.
Joe? You know, I totally voted for him last time.
Yes.
Yes. Make America exotic again. That's all
Yes.
I'm saying.
I'm here for it.
Right.
I'm here for it.
Couldn't do the governor one.
Yeah. But so you posted a video where you were interacting with a lion that you had known for a while now. So how did you get introduced to that animal?
So that lion is Simba. Simba is. I worked with Simba when he was much younger at Mario's facility, Zoological Wildlife Foundation down
Yeah.
near me. I helped raise that cat from when he was about 100 pounds on.
Wow.
So I didn't get to him when he was a full-blown baby. I will not go in usually with big cats unless I raise them from a baby, because I don't know that animal enough to not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like once they get past that 100-pound mark, they can kill you.
Yeah.
So, and like in the intro of my YouTube videos, like I'm in there with a lion or a tiger, excuse me, that's relatively about 100, 150 pounds, but that's Optimus, and I raised Optimus.
Mhm.
So, I raised him from the time he was literally born until what he was there. So Simba was at Mario's, and then he got sent to another facility that I also work at. Well, not work at, but I help out a lot. My buddy owns in Okeechobee in Florida. And long story short, he hates everybody at that facility except for me when I go there.
Huh.
So he gets so excited when I go there and all this other stuff. And the owner was like, listen, whenever you get property, he's yours if you want him. So I was like, yes, I would love to have him because he's an awesome cat. I'll never go in with him. I love lions more than I do love tigers. But the fact that the owner was like, I'm going to give him to you once you get your property because he absolutely loves you and he hates everybody here. So I was like,
Hell
done.
yeah.
That's
Like,
awesome.
all right.
Yeah.
So I was really excited about that. I'm happy that he's going to be able to come live with me and be a part of my family one day. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so I've known him for 4 or 5 years now.
Wow.
4 or 5 years like that. Yeah. So I've known that lion for quite some time.
That's really
awesome.
cool because I personally have never interacted with big cats, and I don't really have
Same.
a super drive to do that. But I like when I saw you interacting with them in that video. I was like, that cat loves him. Like you can tell that it is very in tune with your energy and like super duper about you.
Yeah, there was two of them actually. There was Abu and Simba. Abu, they're both brothers. Abu was the dominant one though. Abu went to go to he went to a zoo. I can't remember the name of the zoo, but he went to a zoo because he joined the wow, I cannot talk right now. The SSP program, so he could join the line to become a breeder male. So he went off to go do that, which is kind of cool for him. He pretty much gets the whore around for a little while.
We all have our moments.
Yeah, hey, it's 2020.
So that was really cool that he got to go do that. But Simba, Simba had to stay behind. So they were only looking for one. So they did get separated, which sucks because they've been together their whole lives. But they just put a older lioness in with Simba at the other facility. So I'm gonna go check him out later this week and go see how he's doing with that, with his new older lady friend.
That's cool.
Wait, is she a cougar?
I was gonna say the joke. She's
Look, I'll need to make one dad joke every hour or I'll die. Okay.
Oof.
Every hour.
Oof. That might actually be true.
It's the truth.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so Tiger King. I didn't even finish watching it, but I don't know.
It was a whole roller coaster.
Reptiles more than I do big cats.
Yeah,
now.
it's so when Rob and Emily were first telling me about it, I like hardly ever watch TV like at all.
I don't either. Yeah,
and they're telling me about it. They're like, dude, just when you think it can't get any crazier, it does. It's ridiculous. You have to watch it. You have to watch it. So I remember I showed up to watch it at like 10 o'clock or something. And
I think it was 8.
Was like
8 o'clock because we finished it at like 3 a.m.
Oh yeah, okay, so like 8 o'clock, and by 10, I was like hooked.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, we have to watch this. I watched the whole thing that night,
all in one sitting,
all through to like 3 a.m. because I was like, it can't get any crazier. There's no way. And they're like, they had already watched it, so they're like, just wait, it gets worse. And I'm like, no way. And then next thing I know, it's like 3 a.m. and I'm like, I'm not going to survive this day of work except for the amount of what the fuck energy from this show.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
It was pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's funny because so I guess at the end of episode 4, which like I said earlier, we only got through half of episode 4 and then I was like, I'm done. I can't watch this shit anymore. And a day or two later, we were at Summer's mom's house, my mother-in-law's house, and her roommate, and they were talking about the show and this and that, and we told her that we stopped at like halfway through episode 4, and she's like, "Oh my God, you stopped right." Okay, so she's from Boston. So she's actually the one that like walked us through the airport and how to get to you guys. But so she's like, "Oh my God, it got really good. You gotta finish it. You gotta finish it." She was like, "You guys stopped right before like some crazy shit happens." And I'm like, "So what happens? Like, they talk about Travis killing himself or something?" And she's like, freaks out. She's like, "How do you know that if you haven't seen the show?" And I was like, "I've known these people, for years now. Like, I know Travis killed himself. I sent Joe my condolences and all this other shit." She's like, "Oh." She's like, "Did you know it was on film though?" And I was like, "No, that I didn't know." But then she explained to me that it wasn't
technically
necessarily
on film,
but like he was like underneath the camera and it filmed somebody else.
Their reaction,
when he shot himself, and I was like, "Oh, it's like, see, that I did not know. That I had."
When
no
I saw
idea.
that,
But,
like I was so blown away. I was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
But anyway, reptiles are amazing. It's awesome.
That's amazing.
Gotta change that to friends.
I agree.
Very true.
I agree.
So I just traded I didn't just do it. I did it a while ago. So I know I'm looking at it right now and you guys can't see it, which kind of sucks. But so I traded my horned sand viper for this mangrove pit viper, bro. Oof. So it's the purple maculatus. Oof. but it's the green face.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh.
So this thing, all right, so the sand viper, the horned sand viper, needed to be sent to a venom lab. It went to M Toxins, and he sent me this dude as a trade.
Damn.
And I was like, hell yeah, I'll take that. My sister picked it out for me. At first he was trying to send me some kind of special phase Western Diamondbacks, and I said, nope, get that shit out. But I already have enough Westerns. I don't need anymore. So he sent me this bad boy, and then I just posted a video with this snake, and somebody messaged me on Instagram a couple of days, or like maybe yesterday, might have been yesterday, and the dude was like, hey, if that's a female, I have a male for you if you want it.
Ooh.
And he sends me a bunch of this pictures of this beautiful male, same snake, the purple Magulus with the green face. And it was bigger, so it's like I want to say it's about a year older. He said it was a 19 or 18 baby. I can't remember. So he sends me the pictures of the snake and video of it, and I'm like, cool. And I'm like, here's the hurtful part. How much do you want for it? And he goes, honestly, dude, he's like, I'm trying to get my foot in the door as a breeder and an importer. He's like, I'll send you the snake if you promote me. And I said, what?
Hell yeah.
Wow.
I said, excuse me? I said, you're gonna send me this snake. I said, what is your name? He's like, well, I don't have it, like his business. He's like, he has a business page on Facebook, but not on, Instagram and all that other stuff yet. And I said, all right, well,
when you get it,
when you get that all set up and everything like that, and you want to send me this snake, I will sit down on the phone with you. We'll figure some stuff out. I'll throw you out on YouTube. He's in Texas, so there's a lot of cool dudes in Texas. But I was like, we'll sit down. I'll throw you up on YouTube. I'll throw you up on Instagram and all this other stuff. He's like, yeah. He's like, just pay for the shipping of the snake. I said,
done. Yeah.
Done. Let me know when you're ready to ship it.
That's sweet.
Because I don't know if mine's a male or a female, unfortunately. But regardless, I mean, a free snake is a free snake, especially one that's this hard to come by.
Yeah, for sure. That's dope, dude.
That's pretty sweet.
That's dope.
Yeah. And it's funny because we made the funny comment when you guys were at my house about how many free fucking snakes I get.
Oh, man, that's so true. And here we go.
All right, so the list has gone up. Ready? So I have the Fancy Pan Viper, both the Baby Kings, this Purple Maculatus now. Now I'm also getting a second one. I have the Puff Adder, the Canebrake, the Het Albino Eastern Diamondback, the Albino Western Diamondback, the regular Western Diamondback. Actually, all three of my Western Diamondbacks.
Sheesh.
What else?
So is that like your whole damn collection? Jesus.
So, all four of my Squams were free. My two albino monocle cobras were free.
Wow.
Dude, I gotta get into hots, bro. If I can be getting shit for free, holy crap. You know the only snake I got for free was a fucking leopard ball python.
Ooh,
God.
Yeah.
Shut up. You're stuck with a spider for a while.
So the albino monocle cobras I got, they were given to me for some work I did from the same place that has Simba the lion. So I did a bunch of work for him, so he gave me that pair. What else? The Puff Adder and the other Canebrake rattlesnake, the newer one, came from Joseph Howski.
Yep.
Joe's known me since my sister got into venomous, because they were very good friends when she got into venomous. So for over 10 years now. So Joe kind of just gives me stuff every now and then. That's cool.
I just got a crazy Amazon tree boa from Joe. Came in today.
Oh, yeah, I know. I saw you post those pictures.
I've known Joe since I was about 15 too. It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, he's been doing this shit forever. Yeah. By the way, I sexed that other Canebrake, so I have two females.
Ooh.
So I need a male.
Oh.
I need a male. Yeah. But anyway, Let's see. The squams, all four of the squams. The green one came from my sister. She produced it, and the red, the yellow, and the purple all came from the same guy I got the cobras from, where Simba is. The king cobras came from my buddy up in Tallahassee. Purple maculatus, you guys just know that one. And the fancy pan came from Justin Vanilla Ice Killer Inglata. Today is his birthday, but he gave me that motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
Boom.
How's his hand healing
I
up?
think that was everybody. Oh wait, sorry. His hand is good actually, really
That's
good.
good.
The albino Western Diamondback and the het albino Eastern Diamondback came from Mario
That's cool.
himself. He bought me those snakes and gave them to me for absolutely nothing.
Damn.
And then the regular, smaller Western Diamondback came from a fan in Texas.
That's cool.
Yeah. Some dude was like, "Hey, I sent you a rattlesnake. It'll be at Delta. Go pick it up."
What?
Sheesh. Man, let me find out. Damn.
I wish people in Arizona would do that, because that's what I
Yeah.
need.
Oh, man. I want free shit.
Do you want me to send you a shirt?
He's like, I want a rattlesnake, damn it.
Your white t-shirts that'll get stained by retic spraying
No,
poo.
bro. I have a whole line of merchandise.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? And we don't have it yet?
Oh, but wait, there's
Okay.
more. I started putting my photography on shirts. and
Hell
shit.
yeah. I'm about that.
So what you're saying is we're all
Yeah.
going to get shirts with Kevin's face and Lilith on them? So we can all be little
No,
Kevin zombies?
I did not do any of that. I thought about putting Lilith on a shirt, but I felt it wasn't right because it's not my snake.
All right, good, because Donnie would probably kick your ass.
He'd be sad.
Probably.
How does he say? He'd be upsetty spaghetti.
Yeah. Oh, God.
He said that to me yesterday on the phone, and I was like, "Bro, don't."
Literally, I was like,
Oh,
what are you, a
gosh.
13-year-old girl? Come on.
Ah. Upsetty spaghetti. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
So yeah, no, I started a whole merch line, got that rolling. Already sold like $200 worth of stuff, and it hasn't even been a
Boom.
month
That's
yet.
awesome, dude.
That's sweet.
Yeah, we'll take some free shit, bro.
All right.
So,
I'm just gonna send like a random box of shit up there. I'm gonna send everything that's gonna say marked Jeremy as long as we white
Yes.
shirt.
Oh,
Yes.
don't do that.
yes.
Don't do that. No, what you got to do is send a double XL just for Donnie.
Yes. Double XL white shirt for Donnie, and he'll cry.
It's true. It's
He's
true.
like, fat people don't look good at white shirts.
Yeah, and I don't wear 2XL anymore.
Oh no! I'll send him a pair of leggings because I even.
Oh, yes.
So wait. Are you putting them as just like posted as just like, oh, this is a shirt, or are you having people model them? Because there's a huge opportunity
No,
on
I did
Instagram
it.
for that, man.
No, I did that on. I did it on Teespring.
Okay.
So like I can order samples, which I just ordered some of them because I want to see what they look like. But unfortunately, we have to pay for our samples on Teespring. But I ordered some of the photography ones and stuff because I want to see like what they actually look like. Because a lot of work went into putting that on a shirt.
Right.
So I'm super excited for when that gets here, because then I can be like, all right, cool. Hey, if you guys like this, boom, I'll post it up on my Instagram or something
Hell
too.
yeah.
That's dope.
So I started with a yellow squam, and also a female white-lipped tree viper.
Damn.
So I started with those. If those turn out good when they get here, which of course because of COVID-19, everything is on fucking standstill.
Yeah.
So I had another one of my patrons that actually said that they ordered shirts right when I first dropped the merch line, and they still haven't gotten them. So I don't know when I'm going to get my stuff, but when I do, I'll be posting it up and be like, okay, this is cool. Or if you don't see any posts from it ever,
It was a limited time run. They're limited edition, and if you got one, cool, and they're collector's items.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
You gotta know how to spin it, man. You just gotta know how to spin
That's
it.
true. That is true.
Yeah. I'll just stick to words like you guys and logos.
There you go.
Well, honestly, and I put the first two things I did was my rattlesnake logo and the croc logo. And I sold almost no croc logo shirts. Everything I sold was the rattlesnake logo, and I was dumbfounded.
Really?
I figured for sure people were going to buy the croc one. Nope. Everybody, the first 9 shirts I sold were all Rattlesnake logo
Really?
shirts.
Damn.
Yeah.
Branding.
I was like, holy shit. Yeah, dude.
Yep. Gotta stay on brand.
But, yeah. But, I mean, that's what people know me for mostly is Rattlesnake, so it makes sense.
It is true. It's because you're just so damn popular.
And tall.
No,
And
it's cool.
tall. Yeah.
And tall.
That's the thing. Yeah. How is it being like 6'7"?
Well, I have a sliding glass door in the back that 6'7".
I don't know, man. Next to me, compared to me, you are 6'7", so it's fine.
No, I'm 6'10".
Let's say he's 6'10".
It's fine. Whatever. You're like.
Okay, so put it this way: all of your doors in Nerd, I have to duck through.
Oof.
Except for I think the one coming.
Yeah,
out
the
of
stairs.
staircase.
That one's taller.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one's taller for sure. But every other one, I had to duck.
Damn.
So here's the real question: how tall is Coral gonna be?
So there's like this mathematical problem you can do to figure out how tall someone's gonna be. So Summer absolutely sucks at math.
Oh damn!
So
Shots fired.
And I came up with 6'3".
Okay.
She's gonna be taller
So
than
we'll
me.
see.
Same.
She's gonna be fucking huge. Bro, she's only 16 months. She's 16 months. She's bigger than a 2-year-old.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's how I feel like with my nephew. My nephew is just about to turn 6 years old, and he's already like almost up to my shoulder. I'm like, what? You're taller than like 10-year-olds. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kids, bro. They're growing too fast now. Hormones.
Just wait,
whatnot.
man. You're gonna blink, and pretty soon she's gonna be driving.
Oof.
Bro, stop, Rob. Oh,
Here's the real
God.
question: is she gonna follow in your footsteps and work with venomous snakes?
I don't know. I'm gonna support her no matter what she does. I mean, if she wants to work with sharks, if she wants to work with any animals, I'll be happy. Summer likes hoofstock more than anything. If she wants to follow Summer's footsteps, I'll be happy with that too. I don't care. If she works with animals, I mean, I'll be happy whatever she does. But if she works with animals, I will be thrilled.
She's gonna be a world-class
but you never
butterfly enthusiast.
I'm okay with that. Insects are still cool.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Could you imagine giant Vietnamese centipedes with wings?
No!
No, absolutely not. And I can't believe you fucking even made that happen in my brain. Shit.
See, I know how to take a very nice thing really quickly and turn it into something with no killing people.
Oh my god.
Like a butterfly to a flying Vietnamese centipede.
I just had to like adjust myself in my seat a few times. Like, I'm uncomfortable.
He felt it on his leg, is what he said.
I did. Shit. Now I'm like looking up in the air, like making sure nothing's coming down.
Look, their bite isn't that
Yeah, shut up.
bad.
He's
Just
like compared to the
shut up.
king cobra. It's not bad.
No.
I mean, listen, if a spider ball python that was probably created by you, Jeremy, when you were still
Yeah.
can withstand a king cobra bite, you can withstand a Vietnamese
Listen,
bite.
we all know my balls are strong. All right, that's all I'm saying.
He's got balls of
But
steel. A platinum.
oh
I
boy.
mean,
Oh boy.
okay, but see, here's another scary thought. You could either picture him with butterfly wings or dragonfly wings.
Ooh, I want like 6 pairs of dragonfly wings on them. Because can you imagine how fast those
God.
things could fly?
No! Shit! Stop. Both of you stop. I'm no longer happy about this interview. Shit.
So Will, moving from scary flying things,
Oh, please.
let's talk about something that's a little bit less terrifying. How are your Summer's foxes? How are they doing?
They're doing good. We just recently. Okay, so first off, we had the baby.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up naming him Loki. No in any way, shape, or form related to the Marvel movies because Summer doesn't watch movies. She doesn't know anything about gods from other things or anything like that. So she wanted to name him Loki. The foxes are her animals. I tell her whatever she wants. She said Loki. I said, actually, I really like that one. She's like, oh, why? And I said, because Loki is perfect for a fox because that is literally the god of like mischief and
Yeah.
trickery.
Right.
And she's like, oh, she's like, really, of what? And I'm like, okay, well, you know who Thor is, right? And she's like, he's like the Lord of Thunder, God of Thunder,
Yeah.
or something like that. I'm like, yes. I'm like, okay, so Loki is Thor's brother, and she's like, oh, no shit. So it was kind of perfect. It worked out. But we actually ended up the male swiper ended up getting really skinny and freaked us out a little bit. So we ended up taking a fecal sample to my buddy Jeremy, who is the one that owns the facility where Simba is, the lions or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And he did a fecal on them, and they had a couple different parasites and stuff. So we had to medicate them, but I just recently took another fecal back. Everything's gone. They're doing a lot better. And we also just 2 days ago pulled the baby fox. So we can start, yeah, the kit, so we can start working with him. And then this way, he's a little bit more people friendly than the parents because both the parents we got at a much later age. So we were not able to, unfortunately, work with them as much as we wanted
Mm-hmm.
to because they were in fact, FWC surrenders and stuff.
Right.
So, but yeah, so we're gonna start working with the baby. Pulled him out. Summer feels bad because he keeps calling to his mom, but I'm like, you gotta. It's gonna hurt for a little bit, but you gotta let him do it because he needs to be taken away
Yeah.
from them so that we can start working with him. And we put a little litter box in there with mulch in it, so hopefully he starts using that. And then eventually I'm gonna start bringing him in the house, like when I'm in here in my office working or something. Just have him in here with me so he gets used to the house, and I'll also build him a cage outside too, so he can go out there at night, but during the day he can be in here with us. So,
That's so cool.
Pretty cool.
but yeah, they're doing good. Yeah.
It blew my mind how quickly it grew. Cause like I feel like we were just down there recently and it was like little itty bitty and you guys just had the little baby and then now it's like oh my goodness it's an actual fox.
Yeah, yeah. His red is coming through 100%. Summer gave him a little bath today, and he fluffed all up like the little cartoon animals, like they're all like their nice little smooth cells. Then they get like wet or
like,
something, they fluff up really
yeah.
big. Bro, that's a real thing.
That's awesome.
She came out, she dried him off, she pulled the towel off him. I said, "Hey, we playing beach ball."
That's awesome.
Oh
gosh, that's
so
amazing.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we're hitting that time
It's about that time.
where we're gonna wrap it up. So what we do before we bring things to a close is we always ask our guests one question, and it's yep, exactly.
Coming from you two, that worries.
That's all right. You'll be fine. If you can come up with fucking flying Vietnamese centipedes
yeah.
from fucking nowhere, I think you'll be okay with this. So the question is, what in the realm of reptile or exotic animal has got you really, really excited? It doesn't necessarily need to be anything that you're working with. It could be something that you've seen somebody else working with that you've just been like, damn, that's awesome. But what have you seen out there that's just got you like super stoked?
To be a part of the industry, like what you mean?
Anything related to reptiles or exotic. So
Yeah.
we had like people doing training stuff that's really interesting, or like a specific mutation or morph, or like someone brought in a new species. I mean, those green perps that you got, those are pretty cool. But like, and anything like that.
Okay, well, I mean, as you guys both know, I love photography.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to photograph reptiles in a way that will also help change people's minds and perspectives about them.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if I take a snake that is relatively deadly and I can get it to have an awesome picture to where it doesn't look as crazy deadly or something like that to change the mind of people about that particular snake or species or whatever, that's something I like to do with reptiles. So because it kind of blows my mind when people are so afraid of reptiles when they know absolutely nothing about them, but
Yeah.
that's usually why they're afraid of them. So if by using photography or videography and change the mind of these people to break them of their fears and teach them about these reptiles, because it is probably the most feared animal altogether throughout the world, that's what excites me about them.
I'm with it.
To be honest
Cool.
with you, if that made any sense at all, it probably didn't, but I hope it did.
I get
No,
what you're
yeah, I
saying.
get you, man. I get you.
Like I don't know how to explain it, but like that's
Let's just say it made more sense than flying Vietnamese centipedes.
All right, man. So, if people want to find out more about you, where should they go to find more of your content?
YouTube and Instagram right now. I'm still trying to build up a Twitter thing. I'm still trying to figure that whole nonsense out.
Don't worry, I don't know how to use Twitter either.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even know I had one until Summer told me I found your Twitter account on Google the other day, and I said, "What?" I said, "I didn't even know I had one." Apparently, I did.
Wow.
Like 6 years ago. Yeah. So I found it. It took me 3 days, but I logged back into it, and here I am.
Cool.
Oh boy.
So on YouTube,
Getting tweets from John.
on YouTube, you're Will Nace. On Instagram, you're Will_Nace.
Will_Nace. Yeah.
Awesome. So thank you very much for coming out tonight and doing this interview. Hopefully, we'll have you on again sometime soon.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, I mean, you know my phone number. You're always welcome to call me.
Yeah. Have a
All
nice
right,
night,
dude.
man.
Talk to you later.
All right, later,
See
guys.
ya.